The United States has dramatically escalated its confrontation with Venezuela. President Donald Trump says the country is now completely surrounded as he orders a total blockade of all sanctioned oil tankers entering and leaving Venezuelan waters. The most aggressive U.S. move against Nicolás Maduro's government in years. The announcement comes amid weeks of intensifying U.S. military action, including repeated strikes on alleged drug-smuggling vessels, the seizure of a Venezuelan oil tanker, and the deployment of thousands of U.S. troops and warships across the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific. The buildup is now raising fears of a wider regional flashpoint.
Venezuela is completely surrounded by the largest armada ever assembled in the history of South America. It will only get bigger, and the shock to them will be like nothing they have ever seen before. Until such time as they return to the United States of America all of the oil, land, and other assets that they previously stole from us.
In his social media post, Trump framed the blockade as a direct response to what he called criminal activity by the Maduro government, accusing Caracas of financing itself through oil while escalating pressure through military force.
Therefore, today, I am ordering a total and complete blockade of all sanctioned oil tankers going into and out of Venezuela.
Trump has also accused Venezuela of using oil revenues to fund drug trafficking, terrorism, and human trafficking, and says the Maduro government has now been designated a foreign terrorist organization, a move that significantly raises the legal and military stakes.
The illegitimate Maduro regime is using oil from these stolen oil fields to finance drug terrorism, human trafficking, murder, and kidnapping.
The blockade follows last week's U.S. seizure of a tanker carrying millions of barrels of Venezuelan crude. Since then, exports have fallen sharply, tankers have stalled offshore, and oil markets are bracing for supply disruptions as traders wait to see how aggressively Washington enforces the order. Maduro has rejected U.S. accusations and insists Washington's real objective is regime change. His government has labeled recent tanker seizures international piracy and says Venezuela will resist any attempt to force it from power.
Imperialism wants to colonize Venezuela to take over its wealth of oil, gas, and other resources. We have sworn absolutely to defend our homeland.
With U.S. strikes continuing, Congress demanding explanations, and American warships crowding the region, the standoff is rapidly intensifying. What began as sanctions has now crossed into siege. And the question is no longer if tensions rise, but how far this confrontation goes next.